All right, so I need to set the record straight with YouTube and coaches and getting clients, because the biggest lie that coaches are believing about YouTube is that you need more subscribers in order to get more clients. And here's the truth. You don't. I'm going to prove it. Listen, I've been using YouTube now for over 18 plus years to grow multiple businesses, and I've watched YouTube change quite a bit over the years. But one thing hasn't changed. Get the right content in front of the right people, and you don't need thousands of subscribers to turn viewers into clients. In fact, one of our clients had just 109 subscribers. Most of her videos were getting somewhere between 100 and 300 views. Not that many views. And she was able to turn that tiny audience into 2 clients worth $12,500. So in this video, I'm going to show you why chasing subscribers could actually be keeping you from getting clients, and more importantly, what I think you should be focusing on instead. Let's get into it. Now, here's why I think so many coaches get this wrong. Subscriber count feels like progress. You hit 1,000 subscribers, feels pretty good. You hit 10,000, that feels even better. You hit 100,000, amazing. But here's the problem. Subscribers don't pay you, clients do. And I'm not saying subscribers don't matter at all. Obviously, if you're attracting the right people and they're subscribing to your YouTube channel, that's great. But if you're a coach, consultant, or any business owner for that matter, we're not trying to win a subscriber contest. We're trying to get our expertise in front of the people that we can actually help. And here's something else that I think a lot of people don't understand. Just because someone subscribes to your channel doesn't mean YouTube is automatically going to show them every video you publish. I had a channel in the past with over 100,000 subscribers, and we've published videos that have gotten fewer than 500 views. So clearly, subscriber count isn't the thing that determines whether your next video gets watched. And that's why if you're sitting there looking at your channel saying, I've only got 300 subscribers, I've only got 500 subscribers, how am I ever going to get clients? I want you to stop thinking that way, because you're focused on the wrong number. The question isn't, how many subscribers do I have? The question is, am I getting the right people to watch my videos? And that starts with getting crystal clear on who you're actually trying to reach. Who is your ideal client? That's the first question you need to answer. And who are the people that could actually hire you? What's the specific problem they're dealing with that you know you can help them solve? You probably already know this because you're a coach. Because once you get clear on that, now you can start creating videos specifically for that person. And by the way, this is actually one of the first things that we work on with our clients. And I actually break this down inside of our free Steady Leads Playbook. We actually walk you through how to get crystal clear on who you're targeting so you can create the right videos to attract them, but also build your authority and ultimately start generating steady leads. So if you'd like to get a copy of that, just comment Playbook down below and I'll send you a copy. Once again, if you want a copy of that, just comment Playbook down below and I'll send you a copy. All right, now let me prove to you why this matters so much. Remember the client I mentioned in the beginning? She had 109 subscribers. That's it. Her best video, I think I had somewhere between 900 views and 1,000, but most of her videos were getting somewhere between 100 and 300 views. And by the way, she only had around 15 videos on the channel at that time. Now, if you're playing the normal YouTube game, you'd probably look at that channel and think, this isn't working. She's only got 109 subscribers. She's only getting a couple hundred views. She needs more content. She needs more subscribers. She needs more videos. Really? Because she got 2 clients, that's worth $12,500. So let me ask you this. Would you rather have 100,000 subscribers and no clients, or 109 subscribers and 12,500 in clients? I'll take the 109 subscribers every single time, because we're building a business here. We're not your typical YouTuber. We're not trying to become YouTube famous. And just to really prove this point, I've got another example I want to share with you. I actually recently had Dustin Riechmann on one of our masterclasses that I taught, and I'll actually link that up in the description as well, because it's a really, really good masterclass. But Dustin had done an interview with Nathan Barry that was published on YouTube. That video got fewer than 3,000 views. Now again, if we're playing the views game, 3,000 views doesn't sound like a lot, but it was a very concentrated audience of people who were a great fit for what Dustin did. And that piece of content ended up generating over $210,000. Again, not millions of views, not hundreds of thousands, not even 10,000. Right audience, right message, right offer. That's the game. And here's where chasing subscribers can actually hurt you. Because if your goal becomes, how do I get more subscribers? You start changing what you create. Maybe you make the topic broader because it'll appeal to more people. Or maybe you start chasing trends. Bad idea, by the way. Maybe you create content that gets attention but has absolutely nothing to do with the problem you actually solve for your clients. And sure, maybe that gets you more subscribers, but are those the people who are going to hire you? That's why I'd rather have you create a video that gets 200 views from the right people than 20,000 views from people who don't care about what you actually do. Because we're not just trying to get attention. Remember, we're trying to get qualified attention. Big difference. And then once we have that attention, we want to give that person more opportunities to learn from us. And that's where our Authority Binge Blueprint comes in. We don't just randomly create videos hoping one of them takes off. We don't do that. We start with the person we're trying to reach and the problem we're helping them solve. Then we build a strategic collection of content around that problem. We've got our main anchor piece of content. We've got supporting videos. We've got the questions they're asking. We've got the problems they're dealing with, the myths that they're hearing out there and believing. And we've got our proof, the things that we can share that prove we know what we're talking about. So now someone might find one of your videos today. Maybe they watch another one tomorrow. Maybe they become a lead and join your email list. Next week, you send them an email and that brings them back to another video. A month later, YouTube recommends another one. And every time they consume another piece of your content, something is happening. They're learning from you. They're seeing how you think. They're seeing that you understand their problem. You're demonstrating your authority. And most importantly, you're building trust. And that's what we call the Authority Binge effect. And to me, that's infinitely more valuable than getting someone to hit a subscribe button and never watch another video. So if you're a coach or a consultant and you're constantly checking YouTube Studio wondering, why aren't I getting more subscribers? I want you to stop for a minute and I want you to ask yourself a different question. Am I attracting more of the right people? Because that's the metric that matters. If you've got 100 people watching and 20 of them are legitimate potential clients, that's valuable. If you've got 10,000 people watching and none of them have the problem that you solve, what did those 10,000 views actually do for your business? That's the shift. Stop trying to build the biggest audience. Start trying to build the right audience. And then strategically create content that allows those people to continue learning from you, trusting you, and eventually becoming a lead and potentially a client. Because you don't need thousands and thousands of subscribers to build a successful coaching business from YouTube. You don't. You need the right people consuming the right content. And if you're sitting there thinking, all right, Scott, then what should I actually be posting? Well, that's actually what I break down in this video right here. I walk you through the type of content I think every coach should be creating if they want to attract the right people, demonstrate their authority, build trust, and ultimately turn those viewers into leads and clients. Click that video right there, and I'll see you over there.